All right, Twin City Sports, back with another one. What's your name? Where you from?
My name's Camare Young. I'm from Apple Valley, Minnesota, born and raised.
All right, good to have you here, man. We're very happy to have you here. We were excited when we saw that you wanted to come on, so we reached out. He was like, yeah, let's do it. So
Yes, sir.
that's how it works.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it, man. So when did you first start playing basketball? And was it your first sport?
Man, I've been playing basketball as long as I can remember. About maybe 3-4 years old, I played in-house. You know, all my siblings playing basketball, so it was kind of just grew up into it. I think I played in-house at Apple Valley probably 3 years old. First time I ever picked up a basketball, and yeah.
Any other sports?
I do a little bit of track now, but I ain't do any other sports when I was younger.
What you do in track, or what do you do?
Do a little bit of high jump, triple jumping. I want to.
What's the numbers looking like? What you at right now?
We're going to see this season.
Okay. I feel you. Okay. Now, high jump is sneaky hard. You really got to be a jumper for that one.
You
right
definitely
there.
do. That's not something that anybody normally you hear, I do long distance or, a 30. You know what I'm saying? Like the yard dash is the sprinters. But, yeah, that's definitely a different one.
And you can attest to it, too. Like, you hoop and we know you dunk. Like, so you can jump. We know that. But it's like high jump is, way different. All right, for sure. So, you went to Apple Valley. So, you grew up in Apple Valley. So, you played Little League around there. And then is that why you went to Apple Valley High School? What was the decision when you were choosing schools? Were there any other options?
I had a couple other options, like, throughout my high school years. But it was kind of my oldest brother. He played with Tyus. So, it was just kind of like my oldest brother went to Apple Valley, graduated. My sister, I'm the youngest. Oldest sister went to Apple Valley, and my other brother played with him, graduated from Apple Valley. So
nice.
That's great. Since you brought that up, like, how was that you being a young kid seeing like Tyus and Trey Jones? Like, that's got to be like, I mean, of course, Minnesota, everybody was like seeing that happen in real time was crazy. But you living in Apple Valley, how was that for you seeing them?
Man, it was amazing. It was like, even on the blowout games, it was packed crowds. Everybody is there to see one guy, and it was just crazy, like seeing how good they were and like the kind of work they put in to get to where they are at.
Was Eastview ever an option?
Oh,
because it's in Apple Valley too, right?
Yes, sir. At one point, but grass is greener where you water it.
Okay, I feel that.
So, like, what was it like, being a top scorer as a freshman? Like, did it, like, boost your confidence? Did you already have that confidence before? Like, how was that for you? Was it something that you kind of knew you had just from putting in the work?
I've always known I was, like, good, like a better player than the average person, but I wasn't always the most confident, and I think that was just me trying to, like, find myself, and I think everything is just a part of the journey. I went through a lot. I had a couple injuries in middle school. I was like a kind of top player in the state in middle school, and went through a couple injuries. A lot of guys kind of looked away from me. A couple of trainers kind of looked away from me, but it was just so I lost a little bit of confidence, and it was just me finding my confidence my freshman year, proving what I know I can do.
What type of like injury was it? Was it like a serious one? Like you were out for like like a leg, meniscus, ACL? What type of injury was it?
It was semi-serious. I fractured. I don't remember. I fractured like a bone in my knee. It was like a little partial fracture, and I had like a bruising to the bone on my other knee. So
it's pretty serious. That's pretty serious for sure.
Yeah, so we were looking at some stats in that freshman year. It's like you said, you were one of the top scorers on your team. But the record-wise, though, so we saw the progression that your team took in that year. 4 wins or something like that. And you guys just progressed, and we'll talk about that. But how was it? Like, was that tough, just losing so much, or was it the fact that you were playing varsity as a freshman kind of balanced that feeling out, or what was that like for you?
It was kind of weighing both. Like before the season, I kind of knew I was going to be on varsity. I didn't think I would have that big of a role at start, but before the season, I kind of knew I'd be on varsity. I knew we weren't that good, so it was kind of just like. I don't want to be a selfish guy, but it was kind of figure out stuff for me because we weren't that good of a team. We didn't really have much going on at that time. So it was kind of just figuring out myself, and, it was a whole lot of mental stuff, losing all those games.
No, honestly.
So, yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah, no, we we were part of a freshman team that lost a lot of games too.
yeah, for
so
sure,
we know how it feels, man. You just gotta.
We graduated. We're dinosaurs compared to you. We graduated 2011 from St. Paul Central, so freshman year was not the best, But
and then so 4 years varsity, you went from averaging 6 to 15 to 18 to pretty much 20 points a game this year. So like between all those years, where do you feel like you made your biggest jump in development? Or was it just steady throughout the years?
I think it was steady because, you just got to be consistent and consistently getting better. But I feel like my biggest jump was probably from sophomore to junior year.
Okay.
I feel like that was where, like, I was in the gym a lot, like, the summer and fall leading up to the season. And that was, like, I think where I seen, like, the biggest results from, like, performance, but also, like, a mental fortitude. It was just kind of everything came together a little bit more last year. That was I got a lot better this upcoming year too, but I think that was probably the biggest jump in my high school career.
Yep, so from sophomore to junior year, definitely.
Why do you think that jump came? Did it come from AAU? Speaking of AAU, who'd you play for AAU?
I played for Howard Pulley.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Renee Pulley and them. Shout out to them. They've been doing it for a long time. Okay. How do you feel like playing AAU, did that help develop you? Because I feel like, when we were in high school, Howard Pulley was like the top program. Now there's like there's so many AAU programs in the state where I can't even keep count of them all. But do you feel like playing for Howard Pulley helped you develop like your game to that next level? Or
because a lot of coaches feel like today's AAU doesn't develop players like high school game. Those, what do you think?
I think it really developed me a lot, because it's not only like the practice, but like the team stuff. It's also like, the EYBL circuit, EYCL circuit. You see like so many players. Like you walk into a gym and there's probably at least 5 players who are league bound. I played against some guys who are just 5 stars. It's a whole lot,
Name like 3 guys that you kind of put on that list that you played against.
This guy named Dylan Mingo, Deron Rippey, and there's 2 twins. I can't remember their name. They're both committed to USC. They're about 7 feet tall.
Oh yeah, some footers, some real footers.
Yeah, they had the Mobley twins too. USC just get these twin bigs. What's going on
that's
out
what
there?
I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right, that's cool. And then so who have you trained with in Aussie other than AAU stuff, or has AAU been your training? Do you do personal training or anything like that?
I've been doing personal training my whole life. Recently, I've been like training with like Mitch Onstead. I don't know if you guys know him.
No, I don't.
Marvin Singleton.
Oh,
yeah, we know Marvin.
I know Marvin. Yeah, from Hopkins. Yeah, I grew up with Marvin. I know Marvin.
Yeah, me and Marvin. I've been training with him since 3rd grade. Maybe.
Oh, so you okay? So you've been locked in for a minute then.
Yeah,
Marvin knows his stuff for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also have this mentor named Sam Burt. He's overseas right now. I was working out with him a lot last year. But when I was younger, I was training with like Kajo Legbe. Y'all know Kajo?
Not familiar with him.
No.
Kajo had this other coach. He passed. His name was Coach Lavelle. So it's kind of a lot of guys.
You had like a whole village, like dudes that like know the game, people that know it. So that's good to see because clearly, like all the people, I know we didn't know some of the names you named, but the names you did name that we know, it's like they know their stuff. And they're
legit.
definitely basketball minds for sure. But going off of this, basically your whole high school career, what was your 3 moments in your high school career so far? And it could be any memory that you feel like it is.
It don't gotta be a game necessarily.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot. I think my like favorite memory, like the memory I felt the most joy was when we won sections last year. It was like I haven't like won anything in like probably since middle school. I've always been on really good dominant teams, but it was like I was like the first time for like 3, 4, 5 years when like I actually like won something. There's like a picture of me. I was just smiling, like full teeth. It felt like I really accomplished something, and like something I really worked for because I seen the bottom and I seen the top, and it just felt like something I really like worked for. I think another one was probably when I reached my 1,000 points.
Which that was junior year, right?
Yes, sir. That was like probably mid to late junior year. That was like
Got it. Remember who you got it on?
Eastview.
Easy.
Ooh, right. Is there a real rivalry there between Apple Valley and Eastview?
I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. Like when I first got to high school, Eastview was like the
bottom of the conference.
Like, they're the best team.
They were the best team in the conference, and now it's kind of like
my freshman year they got third place in state,
and they have McConan too, right? He went to Colorado State, or
yeah. And now they're kind of, I wouldn't say they're bad, but they're not one of the
top teams in the conference. Yeah, respectfully, No, I see that too. We see that. We cover sports, so we see it. We know J.C. Green over there, right?
Yeah,
J.C. Green. So we know him. We know his family. We're real close with them. So we kind of pay attention to how they've been the last couple of years for sure.
Didn't mean to cut you off. You have any other top moments you was talking about?
Oh, the state run we had this year too.
Yeah,
like after we beat Wazeda, it was just after we beat. It wasn't a championship, but it's everybody was counting us out.
I feel like everybody in Minnesota who follow sports, if there was like a bracket to be made.
Oh
like y'all broke everybody's bracket. Like, shout out to you for that. Shout out to y'all for that. I want to give you some love for that because that was like, I remember our group chat. Like, you see the score of this? We're like, what do you mean? It's 10 seconds left. This is how much time is left. I'm like, we just had And1 Films on here, and he covers everything. Even talked to him a little bit after that. Asked him his, how do you feel about that? And he was like, I'm still shocked. I can't believe it. So y'all definitely shocked the world with that. Speaking of that, can you walk us through that game? What was the game plan? And how did you guys all figure getting that W? Because, that's a tough team.
Yeah.
So what was the game plan going into that?
We prepared, like this year before state, we had like a whole week in between. I don't know why, but we prepared a lot. We just kind of knew who their guys were. And it was just about limiting them. They have some really good players, like their whole roster.
Yeah.
So it was just about limiting their main guys and, doing what we do. Honestly, we were probably playing our best basketball in the state tournament, which is always a good. But we dropped some kind of bad games earlier in the year, lost to some not so good teams, but we picked it up like around sections, and we were playing like really well together. Like the ball was moving. I think we had probably over 20 assists as a team when we beat Wazeda. It was just
that's great.
Better games. Yeah, that game was crazy.
Yeah.
That game was I still can't believe it. Like, and y'all did a good job on Nolan. I was like, I've never seen him, look that discomfort, and he was to the point where I seen him play enough where I know he doesn't force shots.
Yeah.
I feel like he was forcing shots that game a little bit based off how y'all was playing them, because if you're like a top guy on the team and your shot's not going in,
you gotta put it up.
And like you see what's going on, like I gotta try to figure out how to make a difference. And I feel like you guys limited that. And then on the offense, it was just it was everywhere. So
that was another point of ours. It was just like, like Hopkins, other teams, they pressure them, but it's about like the structure too. And I feel like the structure pressure is kind of what made them a little uncomfortable. We were always trying to make sure they always seen somebody, if that was 94 feet, if that was 2 feet, just make sure they seen somebody in their face.
Great game.
Y'all did it right. That's that's going to be one that people going to be talking about for years.
Yeah, absolutely. And then like Maple Grove was next round. So they knocked y'all off the playoffs last year. So you got the revenge game this year. How was that? Same thing. What was the game plan? And just walk us through that game.
Same thing. They know their guys. I wouldn't say they have as good of like a well-rounded team, but they have some really good like key guys, and it was kind of the main thing. Max, it was just keeping him at bay.
Right. Max Iverson.
He went off in the first round, so it was kind of just keeping him at bay and limiting the shooters, and that's what we did.
Worked out.
How was y'all after the game? Was y'all geeked about that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we were. It wasn't just about beating them because they are such a. But we just think we can compete with anybody, and it was a revenge game. So,
Quick question: if you had to like compare your game off somebody, professional, college, past professional, who would you say your game kind of resembles?
I feel like at sometimes I play kind of like a Shea, but people are not gonna like me for this. I think I honestly resemble LeBron a little bit. Okay. Just the way he kind of scores it. He doesn't really do too much. He's kind of a facilitator.
Yeah. High IQ.
Yeah,
IQ,
he
yeah.
can kind of do everything on the court, and I feel like, especially with Apple Valley this past year, that's kind of what I was doing.
Yeah, we definitely caught a couple of your games, so we definitely saw that. So yeah, I feel like that's fair, because like you do a little bit of everything. It's not just one thing that you're good at. You can do everything on different levels. So yeah, I like from a style perspective for sure. I definitely could agree with that.
Now speaking of the greats, though, it's funny you say that because I saw Ryan James of Prep Hoops. He had a tweet like around the time y'all beat Maple Grove. He was like, "Yeah, time to put Camare Young in the top Apple Valley players of all time," But I was just curious on that line, like thinking about Tyson, Trey, and Trent, like you mentioned them earlier. Do they ever come back to the program, or do they ever have communication or anything? Was it like trying to follow in that legacy and being compared to NBA players and all that stuff? And do they communicate with the program?
They do a little bit. I would say like Gary Trent is more through like his dad. Like his dad is always around a lot, working with us, working with his kids. We hear from Trey Jones a lot, more than expected. Like
Nice.
last year, he bought our whole team some Sabrinas last year. Tyus, we don't really hear from him as much, but they're all kind of around a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up. That's good to hear.
Oh, for sure. Who was the toughest player and toughest team you ever played against?
You said some players earlier.
Yeah, you said some earlier. Yep.
But like, if there's any like Minnesota players or other Minnesota players or tough teams, yeah.
Probably one of the toughest teams is honestly that Eastview team my freshman year. Eastview or Lakeville North my freshman year. Those were like, because Lakeville North, they had Jack Robeson and Nolan Winters. It was
that Wisconsin still, right? Yeah, Jack was nice. Yeah, he's nice. Lefty.
And that Eastview team, it felt like we were on the court with NBA players. They were all 6'5" and up. They all could jump out the gym. They all could shoot. It was yeah.
That makes sense. So yeah, had a big, huge high school career. Congratulations on that. Oh yeah, and you also made the all tournament team this year. Talk about that real quick. How'd it feel to make that team?
Oh, it felt
and
great.
the players you made it with, a bunch of great dudes.
It felt great. I've been like, that was one of the goals I had before the season. I even put on like a vision board.
Okay.
It was all state tournament team because we gotta get there, but we gotta do it. And I was just like praying on it. I want to thank the Lord for blessing me with the opportunity to even be in that position. But I just prayed on it so much, and I kept telling my parents, I was like, man, I'm so excited for the opportunity to show people what I can do. And I just felt like that's what I did. It felt good, especially being on like that, because a lot of the players that they had that made all-state team were like top players in the state. So it felt good being considered one of the top players in the state too.
Yeah, definitely.
You just mentioned family, man. So can you talk about like your family village, man? Like how kind of describe that support system, man. I know you mentioned mom, dad. You mentioned Jesus, God, so religion. So like, can you kind of talk about like what your support system was as far as like your village?
My family is like, I call it like, they don't like when I say it, but I call it like the key six because it's just my parents and my 4 siblings. I have a couple nieces and nephews, grandparents, but that's the key six is like the people who've really been like the most supportive in my life, like all throughout the journey. Like especially my mom and dad, like they're even when they can't be there, they're always calling, check on me, make sure I'm okay. My siblings are always calling, like, are you all good? If I'm slipping up there, like, give me a little phone call, Even though they're busy, they all got kids. They're always checking up on me. And
because you're the youngest one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I just thank God for everything. Like, especially, I went through so much mental stuff, like, freshman and sophomore year. And, I feel like just being closer with the Lord, thanking Him for everything, because everything happens for a reason. I feel like that just kind of helped me get through some stuff. Yeah.
Nice. So next year, what's the plans for next year? What you got cooking? What you thinking?
Undecided right now.
Undecided right now.
Yeah, still looking. A lot can happen in a short time period.
Oh yeah, you had a great tournament run, so I'm sure that can only help. So yeah, congrats on that.
I know you're still undecided on college. Do you know what you're going to study when you do go?
I want to major in kinesiology, exercise science.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I was younger, when I got injured, what's it called? I had to go to physical therapy, and J.D. Jones was my. He was like a trainer and therapist at the same time. So I asked him what he studied in college. And,
that's the oldest brother of Tyus and Trey Jones. Everybody, I know people. He just won a championship too. Shout out to him.
I definitely got to meet him earlier this year for the first time personally.
Personally.
So that was nice. Gave us an interview. So that was shout out to JD for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. How far do you want to go with basketball? Is it something that you're looking at, just to kind of get you in school, get you a better education? Is it something that you want to pursue as a pro, overseas, whatever comes with that? What's your kind of go on that?
NBA maybe?
Yeah, highest level possible. That's the NBA. I think I feel I could really play at that level if I take the right steps. So NBA is definitely a goal for me. Definitely pro, overseas at least, and D1.
Big goals. Yeah. Okay.
So that's something that we ask everybody who comes in here. Who are your top 5 Minnesota players to come out of Minnesota, basketball players? It could be boys, it could be girls. This is your preference, top 5.
I definitely have Tyus at number 1. I think he was probably one of the greatest. I'm not gonna put this is more of a favorite list.
Yeah, for sure. It's your list. Yep.
When I was in middle school, I really liked Prince League Bay.
Right.
Jalen Suggs, another one too. There's a lot. Tyus Jones too. Paige Buchers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Respectfully.
She played against my sister, so.
So you saw it. Yeah, she's there's a lot in her bag. She can do a lot. For real. That's good for sure. So yeah, man. I know. Congratulations on your success this year. Everything. You seem like a real level-headed guy. I seem like you got the right support system as far as family. So man, just keep on locking in and maintaining, man. Just giving you your flowers. Just looking at how you played, you definitely were one of how do I say this? You were like one of the most slept on players this year, period. Like we knew about you a little bit last year, but the jump you made and how you kind of had your team where they are, it's definitely worth giving you your flowers about that, man. So whatever the future holds, man, you got our support. We'll follow you. We'll do whatever we can to support you in any way. So just wanted to let you know that, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
All right.
Twin City Sports.
All right, we out.
See you later.